this time. So, yeah, like you were saying, the orb, well, you can right-click to heal too, but then you're obviously just not healing, so it kind of sucks, literally, in that way as well.
So
I want to see what KSP is going to do here as well.
Yeah,
because
Apply
KSP
is
coming
out.
in.
Yeah, Apply is out,
They want
KSP is coming in. KSP, known as just a hit-scan god. Plenty of Valiant players are very good at that. KSF also another good damage healer, but playing the Ana here makes a ton of sense. I think Ana on defense here is great. You can get to this like kind of high ground bridges, and you can burn them down as they enter in. They're pretty much the only choke you can get in on this point. So really interesting stuff. Sharp and Edison back as the DPS duo for the Atlanta Reign will be running Echo and Tracer respectively.
You love to see it. Okay, so like FRD was deciding where you want to run Xayah. Yeah, they know they have KSP on the Ashe, so makes sense. You just want to eat all that damage, plus the dynamites as well. You can eat. And Ashe has got a mini escape. It's only one. There it is, the coach gun.
You gotta get to high ground.
Yeah. Oh dear. Well, I think you're dead, unfortunately, Dreamer. Yep, goodbye. Sharp ends up taking them out as well. It's a beautiful flank by Sharp also. Managed to get to the back line. Edison doing a lot of work as well. Just basically solo. It was like 1v3 for a second there. Shax eventually came in to make it a 1v4 and Edison ends up falling down. Quick spawns though for the Reign.
Yeah, this isn't too bad. The Reign can kind of like halfway retreat. They don't have it going right now. They just can't lose anyone else because that Tracer's going to get back almost immediately. Just be a little bit careful. He's got his tanks up there with him. Now, sticky bombing corners of the zone. I love that. It's such. I mean, zoning pulse bomb is a meme, but like zoning sticky bombs, legitimate.
Yes, cooldown on ult, so it's even better. Dreamer ends up going down. Now Shax's on the point fighting the 1v3. KSP falling as well. Oh, that looked so clean. He blinked past the bash as well. Nicely, but it ain't gonna matter. There's the rest of the cleanup. Shax has got armor, but the Valiant will end up foregoing this first point. Yeah, unfortunately, Shax, you can't really do the 1v5. Yep, there you go. Blinked into a wall that ends up falling off.
Blinking past your sticky bomb target is actually referred to as the Hex special. I don't think I've ever hit a sticky bomb in my life. I'm always close, though. Always so close.
Hey, man, you'll get there one day, and it'll be a momentous occasion. And we'll feature it on youtube.com/Overwatch League as a grandioso highlight.
When it happens, I'm going to do a whole episode of In My Sights on it. I swear I will.
You should do. 18 minutes of your sticky bomb accuracy being sent. All right, here we go. Sharp's jumping in with Pogpo on the Winston. Oh dear, Reign is going down. Bob's going to forego the point just a little bit. That's not going to be too bad at all. But look at that, chasing straight into the spawn. Sharp up with the Primal Rage. He only has 4 seconds of his ult left. He transforms back and wants a steamroll onto this point. Dreamer is getting taken down as well. This double Winston, the pressure was a little bit too much, it felt like. Self-destruct on the point to forego a little bit of percent, but Reign still piling on the pressure in the back. Pogpo does get naded, but he was nanoed, so he's going to keep himself alive with that damage resistance. Sharp getting taken out, it's a good start for the Valiant's defense as they do clean up the rest. The Reign, unfortunately, were a couple of pixels, in fact, away from actually getting one tick. So a little bit of an unfortunate offense there. Edison gets sent off into the stratosphere, straight to Horizon Lunar Colony with that dynamite, as they do end up holding on to this second point.
Yeah, Atlanta not able to make that one perfect. I mention the word ace a lot when we're on assault maps because it feels like you have to be absolutely perfect. Spawns right behind the defenders. And if the longer the fight takes for the offense, the worse it is, because even when you're getting picks, you still end up fighting 6v6, but the other team are coming out fresh out of spawn. Gets a little bit difficult. Atlanta not a ton to work with here. Edison and FRD nearing ultimates.
We go again. Well, KSP takes out Pogpo. It's a nice little trade though onto Shax. Not the worst thing in the world, but the defensive, especially on Hanamura, is just... You're going to win these if you get a pick. There's absolutely no way. Dreamer has Primal Rage as well. There's KSP. We talked about how he's such an aim wizard. Like, he is just ridiculous. Like, all he wants to do is aim. In fact, I was talking to Pack in 10. I'll give you this little story when the interlude Hex. Pack in 10, and I know KSP a little bit. We've talked a couple of times. We met at BlizzCon. BlizzCon and one of the lands for EU contenders way back when in 2018. And all he wants to do is sit there and aim, right? That's what he wants to do. He just practices aim every single day, and you can see why the Valiant wanted to pick him up, because his Ashe, his Widow, his Kree, you put him on any character that requires just an inch of aim, this guy's just an absolute wizard if you put the resources into him, which the Valiant are doing.
You can teach a lot of things in Overwatch. You can teach positioning, you can teach teamwork, you cannot teach aim. It's similar to sports where you just can't teach.
Oh, what a Oh no! not the worst situation for Shax to be in. That looks so sick, that 180 pulse bomb. I mean, we'll give it, yeah, there you go, man, on Edison, lucky. Well, that's what I'd definitely be saying if I was Edison right there. Oh, that was beautiful. Valiant still holding on to this point though. Nano onto the Winston as he jumps to the back line. Dogman in trouble, but still receiving an armor pack and a whole bunch of support. Dreamer going fairly low, but still. Rain trying to crack this 33% mark. There's 2 minutes remaining, and KSP being alive as well is a good sign. Sharp transforming into the Winston, has that primal rage in the back. Dogman in trouble yet again, but the support once again landing at his side. An armor pack on him will save his life. Pokpo meanwhile deals with Valiant's backline. Self-destruct doesn't find too much apart from a little bit of space generated. Rally onto the point now for the Valiant as McGravy gets demexed, not quite in time to actually receive the armor, and a perfectly timed Bio-Grain as well. Stop Rain doing all too much. He gets cleaned up. 98% for the Rain. They just need Valiant to step on the point for a brief moment, and they'll take the point. 1 minute to go, and this should just be it. Shax on his last legs. He ends up getting chased down to spawn by Edison. The boot from the Primal Rage will seal the deal, and the Rain end up with 1 minute and 15 seconds, that crucial 15 seconds too, in their time bank for the preceding rounds.
An actual zoning pulse bomb from Edison there towards the end. There was only 2 people alive on the right-hand side. Maybe you want to stick that pulse bomb right on the lip of that ledge, but he drops it right below it. And it's just because they're so close to jumping on the point, he's buying time by putting the pulse bomb on the ground there.
Yeah, don't forget, guys, we are playing a part together. Activision Blizzard and Overwatch League are proud to support the World Health Organization to encourage all players around the world to play a part together. We use when we play a part together, we're using one of the most powerful preventative strategies to protect ourselves, our loved ones, and everybody else around us. We all have the power to combat this pandemic by staying at home and just chilling and playing games together.
We've been preparing for this our entire lives, so you can finally use your gaming gremlinness to your to the benefit of all, really.
Gamers are here to stay. We have taught the world how to game, not to love again, but how to game. We are here. Even my dad and my mum actually saying that back in the UK have been playing a little bit more games. They don't play much. I mean, my dad used to play PS2 with us back in the good old days, just a little bit here and there, but they've been pretty bored too, stuck at home. And I'm sure your parents have been stuck and bored as well. Why not show them your favorite games, whether that's Overwatch or whatever you want, you know, Tetris. Yeah,
no matter what friends, it is, just get some Scrabble online. That's what me and my sister play against each other. You know, like there's, you don't have to play the games you play, but there's you can play board games online. There's a lot of different ways to participate in this event, and I think everyone
play a part together.
I get rocked in Scrabble, by the way, and my sister's always holding over me because like I have a couple English degrees, but Scrabble just doesn't make sense.
I refuse to play Scrabble with any of the Australians because they just make up words.
Well, that's the entire language is based on making up words.
Made up words. It just happens. I hear Mitch screaming at us in our raids in World of Warcraft, and he just says nonsense. I don't know what he's saying. He's not even a tank, he's DPS.
Oh, Addison all the way in the back just evacuates KSP, because I was going to mention earlier, I think it's a great map for Ashe on both offense and defense. The sight lines, the ledges, the angles, it's just a perfect map for her, but he knows that she wants to sit back there, gets back in, and takes her out. That hurts.
Yikes. Yep. Very, very quick caps coming here as well. FRD, I love him back on the Xayah, but can't really do all too much here. He can obviously damage down McGravy, but this point is getting capped so quickly. Shax on the Tracer is obviously a lovely, lovely, lovely thing to see, and with KSP as well, there's so much pressure on the front line. It's almost like the ignore Farah kind of thing. You kind of ignore KSP to try and deal with the front line, but as soon as you ignore him, he kind of takes over the game. 5.5 minutes, exactly the same story that Rain would put themselves in earlier on.
And this, like FRD onto the Zarya, it's been working out for them a lot of the game, but maybe a D.Va here would be good, because if you get KSP set up on this high ground while the rest of the team's pushing the point, you're in trouble. You need somebody to be able to knock them.
Dreamer with the nano. Didn't really find all too much there. Was too scared to jump in, especially with Pokpo in his backline as well. Playing a little bit more safe this time around. Set KSP up on the high ground. That is the key to success for the Valiant. See how he clicks heads. He's waiting for that bubble to go away. That's why he didn't do that, guys.
It's the checkmate spot. It's where you used to try to put Soldier to win maps on this, too, or win this map in particular. If you can get somebody up there, it forces resources of the tanks to go up, and that means the rest of your team is playing against a single tank at the point.
Two tanks now for the Valiant. They have Bob point as well. Grabbing the turn to the sidelines. Rain going down. They're still able to contest for a little bit. Self-destruct high in the skies as well. The rally is coming out for the Rain. The Master has no shield. A little bit more vulnerable now than he once was, but the Rain is still going to battle against the Valiants as they do end up taking them out. 4 and a bit minutes.
Edison all over the place denies the remake. I kind of... this idea is free, Atlanta. You can have it. You need an in-house Tracer tournament. I think they have four really good Tracers on this spawn. I want to see it. See, this is just free content for me all day.
Free shots taken by KSP as well. He's doing such a good job of just pushing everybody back. Here you go. Here's KSP's time to shine. Fire grenade once again. 3 people here. Yeah, KSP tanked that in the face. Same with Lasher and Dreamer. He is so low. Edison just blinks, tripling to the back line. Ends up finishing him off. And the cleave damage will do the rest. Someone is capping, by the way. They should be able to get them off, though, rather quickly. I think it was Shax. At the end of it, Pokpo goes fairly low, but that'll be a big cleanup. This 33% rather dangerous for Atlanta Reign, though. They do have to be on the point and be very aware of where Shax is as well.
It is a strategy that you can employ if you feel like you halfway want to fight. It's like, let's just make sure we get 33% this time, we'll get up to 66 next time, and you piecemeal it together. That way you don't have to win this fight perfectly, as long as you can win long enough to get the team off the point for 33%, which obviously is much, much easier than 100%. They're going to have a Bob again. Shaq's looking for the pulse Bob. Edison and Pokpo on the other side have their all situated.
Big leap hit. No, Pokpo has that primal rage. He's positioned himself like that. So, Pulsebot going a little bit wide. It's only Pulsebot once again. Bob gets slept on the sidelines as well. Master ends up going down. Now it's only Dogman to heal the Rain. And Sharp ends up falling too. Another hard job for the supports. And Dreamer taking out Dogman. This is extremely good. If you're a Valiant fan right now, you want them to come back in this series. Rain is still 2-0 up. Mind you, KSP on the high ground, nothing's going to stop him now. He's having such a good time, and so are the rest of Valiant. There you go, 2 minutes and 26 seconds. A minute over Rain's time. Not bad at all for Hanamura as we go once again.
That's what Ash dreams are made of, and before that it was what 76 dreams are made of. Even McCree, pick your distance damage dealer of choice on Hanamura. When you have the rest of the 5 on your team on the point and no one's looking at you and they're staggering out of spawns and you're just playing a solo player point-and-click adventure, knocking heads, it feels like, oh, this is the best hero in the game. Why don't I always do this? Well, yeah, because people will jump on you otherwise. But when they don't have that ability, and it, like I've always said about this map, it gets very difficult, even if the other team's running, let's say, a Winston and a D.Va. That's resources that aren't fighting the point then. And if you can escape that, you're putting your team in a great position. I've always loved this ledge on Hanamura that we're about to go out through now for 76 and now for Ash as well, because just dropping dynamites on the point is great too.
Yeah, because the point is, it's not the biggest point in the world, it's also not the smallest point. I think it's like medium-sized if you look at the geometry. But it does so much splash damage. Like you said, put the dynamite in straight in the middle, you're going to get so much tick damage. And that tick damage does add up over the time. Not only is it contributing to your ult charge on the Ash, but for the healers, it puts a little bit of a strain on. If there's not that instant kind of burst healing, it can be something that can really stop a Tracer from getting much work.
Yeah, and Bob is not terrible on that point either, because he's not really going to run off cliffs or go in a terrible spot. He's usually going to end up contained in that box, and if there's a Tracer or something trying to come out to contest or blink away, just going to get auto shot down by Bob.
Kind of disgusting if you ask me. The amount of times I put Bob in the pit though, my goodness. I always forget there's like a small
That's
gap.
always Bob's fault, it's not yours, right?
Yep, he didn't jump. Why you know your space here, Bob? Oh, KSP with a very, very early kill onto Sharp. That's a good start for the Valiant. Look at him, he's just sat there. Oh, well, there you go. Nice
my
leap
favorite spot. My
dynamite. Look at the pocket as well. He not only received that fire grenade, he also got armor pack too, so he was not going down anytime soon. And the Rain Hex, they have one more fight left.
And they're not going to have anything. No one's even at 50%. Dogman just gets there right now. But this is going to be an altless fight, but an altless fight on both sides. I've heard he has to go back. He's going to switch to the D.Va just to get back into the suit. Baby D.Va not very useful in this fight, and I think a first pick here could decide this fight.
much so you gotta watch out. Oh my goodness, the double melee. Oh dear. With Edison going down and a big stick by Shax as well, that's so much damage from the Valiant. KSP still left alone. This should be it. The Rain are gonna get held here on Hanamura first. No ticks to their name either. And now the Valiant only need 1 tick, 33% to take the map. And they might see themselves through as well. This could be the reverse sweep everybody was hoping for.
We are 100% going to map 4. There is no way for the Atlanta Reign to win this map. They can draw it. That is the best case scenario. But the Valiant first offense on this map on first point was rather swift. So if they can repeat that performance, they should be in a good spot. Also, I'd imagine that KSP will be playing a little more safe, watching his back, because one of the reasons it even took them as long as it did the first time is because Edison got to the back line where the Ashe wants to set up on that first point offense and got taken out. Now, if he's just has the coach gun on cooldown, should be in a better spot to deal with it. But the Valiant looking to bring this one back on the salty run back. This could get interesting. KSP's Ashe has been great.
I think KSP in this situation and just have him be permanently looking for the Echo. Maybe that's the way they play this. Although we did mention before, and Apply was really, really good on the Echo. And you can see how much he's been practicing that hero, but I don't know. Maybe the counter is the way to go rather than the mirror if you're the Valiant right now.
Yeah, it just seems like that's what they want to play on this map. KSP has played pretty much 100% Ashe here. And I think the changes to Ashe, you know, we saw it a little bit last week as well with a lot more Ashe play than we've seen, well, since her release, to be honest. And I think the changes have made people with natural aim much more comfortable.
Here we go. Final countdown for the Valiant. They're setting up, so they've got about 2 minutes to go. 2 fights, maybe a little bit of a scrappy third as well. Shax knows exactly who he wants to kill. It's going to be Edison. Forced recall instantly into a sleep there. He did accidentally end up waking up though through the Tesla cannon, fortunately. So Shax now making his way to the point, permanently pressuring, and Sharp's already dead, he didn't receive any healing. Talking about Amasa trying to pay attention to the front line, his FRD was pretty low as well. Now one person needs to just be able to touch the point to contest. Shax ends up recalling, same with Edison. Sharp switching over to the Sombra to get back in time. This could be all over as Shax just taking over this game completely. There's Edison falling as well. This is it. This is Rain now crumbling on the first point of Hanamura, and the run back could be here for the Valiant. They end up capping, and there it is. The one win they needed to keep themselves in the series.